What ho chaps, how the devil? Well, what have we here? A rookie may be responsible for the unfortunate death on the set of Rust, starring Alec Baldwin. Those of you that are long-time subscribers to this channel know that on dozens of occasions, I've made videos regarding the collapse of our society being linked to the death of a meritocracy. We no longer live in a meritocracy. And when you don't live in a meritocracy, things have a habit of going very badly wrong. Obviously, because when you no longer select the best person for the job, jobs don't get done very well, do they? It's like hiring Stevie Wonder to teach your children how to finger paint. They aren't going to be the best painters in the world now, are they? Penny will drop when they start trying to draw a picture with a carrot. I've also talked numerous times about how the lack of meritocracy has seen off the police department. I've made several videos about it. Here's a good example of the fat blue line. 2/3 of the Hampshire police officers are obese or overweight. How are you supposed to chase a mugger or catch a suspect when you've got an arse like the back end of a double-decker bus? How? We don't hire paratroopers and ex-marines as policemen now. We hire little fat dwarves that are about as much use as a one-armed window cleaner. It's the same in the United States as well, look. I remember this controversial story. A Fire Department of New York rookie was hired even though she failed all the physical tests. Funny old thing, she was injured 10 days onto the job. How do you think she'd get along if she was trying to drag my fat father down a ladder? Yeah, when you start letting in firefighters who are physically embarrassing, this will lead to the death of the public because they do a physical job. How do you expect some 5'2" bone-idle firewoman to carry a bad-tempered, obese 68-year-old granddad? How is she going to carry him down a ladder to safety? Well, she isn't, is she? At best, she's going to drop him on his head from a great height. And at worst, they both burst into flames. It's a terrible idea. I've also talked about, seeing as we're discussing drug-addled, sexual deviant scum that makes up Hollywood, I've also mentioned it many times before, right? Whenever I see something that's terrible, a movie, a TV show, and it makes me cringe, my neck almost snaps from cringing watching some dross. Out of interest, I always Google the director or the producer or the actors because I'm convinced that these people are getting hired not because they're competent, but because of cronyism and nepotism. And obviously acting isn't working for a living, is it? It isn't working, acting. That should be like a hobby. If there was any justice in the world, you wouldn't get paid for doing such little work. And sure enough, it is rife in the acting community. I've told everyone this before, especially the British, because obviously the British is more of a class society than the United States. Just check out the backgrounds of some of the big names. I was checking the cast of Game of Thrones. Here's an interesting one, that Kit Harington. His dad was Sir David Harrington, 15th Baronet, and he was named after Christopher Marlowe. Oh, jolly good. And his uncle was Sir Nicholas John Harrington, 14th Baronet. Marvellous. The same can be said for almost all of the big names in acting. Halyna Bonham Carter, father Raymond Bonham Carter was from a prominent British political family and a merchant banker. And her mother's parents were the diplomat Eduardo Proper de Jalón from Spain and a famous painter, Baroness Fold Springer. I mean, can you get any more posh? She's even related to a prime minister. Her paternal grandmother was famous feminist, daughter of H.H. Asquith, the Prime Minister of the UK during the First World War. Like, these people are uniformly posh. Tilda Swinton, there's another one. Father was a Major General, Lord Lieutenant of Berwickshire. Her paternal great-grandfather was George Swinton, and her maternal great-grandfather was the Scottish botanist John Hutton Balfour. Oh, yeah, marvellous. Emily Blunt, who for some bizarre reason appears to have dressed up as a minge for this party. Yeah, that's a nice minge costume, Emily. When they told you to get dressed up, they didn't say get dressed up as a gusset. Emily Blunt was born to a former actress and teacher and the barrister Oliver Blunt QC. Her siblings are Felicity, Sebastian and Susanna. Marvellous. And her uncle's Crispin Blunt, who you know is a cunt because he's called Crispin. Crispy cunt. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Nepotism and cronyism. Doing away with the meritocracy. You're playing with fire when you start hiring the worst man or woman for the job, right? And look what we have here. A 24-year-old head armourer of Alec Baldwin's movie told a podcast she almost didn't take the job because she wasn't sure if she was ready. Gutierrez-Reed is the daughter of the veteran Hollywood armourer Thel Reed, and Rust was only her second film as head armourer. So, looks like Halyna Hutchins got a hole put in her because of nepotism. Didn't see that coming 10 miles off, did we? Rookie armourer on Baldwin's set said best part of the job was proving how safe guns. Yeah, you proved that, love. Fuck me. Did Grenfell Tower prove how safe fire was as well? Was that a lengthy advertisement for cladding, was it? Jesus wept. Hannah Gutierrez-Reed is a 24-year-old former model. Well, blow me down. And she landed a pretty sweet gig because of Daddy. She also said loading blanks is the scariest thing to me. Fucking hell, really? So she knew less about guns than your average British librarian. She said, every movie I'm learning new things. It's all very quick, stressing that she's still learning. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I don't think Andy McNabb would get confused between a dummy round, a blank round, and a live one, would he? There she is, typical. I think a picture speaks 1,000 words, doesn't it? If you think she got hired because she's competent, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, she's not even model-worthy, really. A mother probably does that for a living. Ooh, that was bitchy, wasn't it? So there we have it. Looks like, along with useless, fat, dwarven coppers and weak as piss, no gas in the tank, claustrophobic, flame-phobic firefighters, we've also got to add to the lengthy list rookie armourers on Hollywood productions of people whose lives end prematurely because our decaying, collapsing society refuses to hire the best person for the job. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take it easy. Cheers.